Liverpool got Gary, got Jamz. How you boys doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. A lot to talk about tonight, so hope you guys got some time and some energy. Um,
Yep.
let's just jump into it as we usually do. The lineups. I'll come to you first, Jams. Any surprises there? Were you happy with that? Just talk to me about how you felt when you saw the lineup.
Yeah, I was happy with it, to be honest. I didn't want to see Fabinho off, but
Mm-hmm.
120 odd minutes, and I saw that
Yeah.
he was needed to be stretched and whatnot at the end of the Chelsea game. So it's nice to have Ox back. Um, I was surprised as well. To be fair, I was surprised. But yeah, I was happy to see Ox back in the team. I was happy to see the front three playing again. I was worried that he might rest Mane or someone, because of the summer he's had, but he didn't. So yeah, I was happy with the lineup. I did expect Shaqiri to maybe get some numbers.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't. He hasn't played. I don't even know how many minutes he's played. Something like 30 minutes out of 500 minutes. So I was a bit surprised. But yeah, can't complain.
He's been chatting a little bit. We'll get back to that. Please, somebody remind me to get back to that. But Gary, same question, man. Lineups. I think we were in a group chat on Twitter. But what were your feelings when you saw the lineup? Were you happy about it? I think you
Yeah,
called the midfield, right? Didn't you mention the midfield on the?
I said Genie, Milner, and Oxley Chamberlain because I was just basing it on the midfielders that haven't played a lot of minutes. So, for example, Genie's obviously started. Well, no, he didn't start against Chelsea, so I thought he'd play. Milner hasn't really played a lot, so I thought he'd play. Chamberlain hasn't played a lot, so I thought they're all fresh and fit, and I thought maybe Lallana would be an option, but I didn't expect Henderson and Fabinho to play, especially after the games that they had. Fabinho, as I said, he couldn't even walk off the pitch. He struggled to take that penalty. Henderson, 120 minutes against Chelsea, 90 against Norwich, 90 against City. We need some fresh legs in there. And as I said, it was a Champions League midfield against City away when we played at Etihad, that exact same midfield. So I was very, very happy with the team, the defense, midfield, and attack. No, I was happy with the team, and it turned out to work out pretty well.
Yeah, both of you are foreshadowing what we're going to get to because we're going to talk about the Etihad as well, which I'm looking forward to. But the game, again, I think we all kind of knew coming into this game it was going to be a bit of a struggle. But for me, I felt like Liverpool brought a lot of that unnecessary on themselves in that first half. Give Southampton a bit of credit. They did look improved as opposed to their game against Burnley. But Liverpool all over the shop, sloppy in the first half. Just a kind of a frustrating first half until that man Mane stepped up and scored that goal. Again, Liverpool proven to be a second half team. And kind of almost literally putting their foot in their mouths with the keeper and the situation at the end. The game played out in the way that it played out, Jams. And what about that game did you see that you felt like we struggled with the most? Why was the game the way it was today? Was Southampton just that good? Was it a mixture of maybe that and everything that happened during the week and the heat and the long game and all that? Just talk to me about what you think was the reason for us struggling so much in this game, particularly in the first half.
Yeah. So I think it's a few things which you did mention. I think I've got to put into consideration we played 120 plus minutes coming into Thursday morning in Turkey. So they probably stayed up a bit late as well. Celebrating or they probably stayed up to 3-4 in the morning, and then I'm not sure Klopp made them train. So that's one factor. I feel like something's changed in our defence. I don't know whether it's just a bit of rustiness, or I don't know whether we've been asked to play like a higher line, to push up more. But on too many occasions, not just yesterday against Chelsea and in the first game against Norwich, I feel like we're giving teams a lot of chances that we never used to give. And if we were to give them chances to maybe better opposition, i.e. someone like Aubameyang, Lacazette or Pepe, we might not get away with being as lucky. And I can't put my finger on what it is. I remember last season, we wouldn't even worry about keeping a clean sheet. It's of course we keep a clean sheet. And now I'm going into the Arsenal game like, I want a clean sheet. It's not time. It's not where I'm worrying or anything yet, but it's okay. I wanted a bit of a more better performance. It took a wonder goal by Mane, and just to get something out of nothing. But on the positive, that is what champions do. If we're going on to become champions, we're going to get results out of nothing. And like I said, it could be down to all the other factors. And I just think with the keeper, he did some good stuff. 2 great saves that we spoke about earlier. One with the Matip and the other one with the header from the corner. But 2 or 3 times before his mistake, he fucked up playing from the back. And I think it reminds me of maybe Karius, where you worry, you set nerves throughout the team from the back upwards, and then everyone else has to start thinking twice. And he should have learned, to be honest, from the first pass, but he did it again and again and again, and he eventually got caught out. So yeah, I think it was a mixture of things, really.
James, hold on to that thought because I'm gonna come back to you on something to do with that. But Gary, your thoughts on that? Just as far as what went wrong, why were we so shit? Really, throughout most of that game, let's be honest. The second half, we stepped up a bit, but then we know what happened. So just tell me what you think happened wrong in this game.
The first half was a shit show, really. I mean, we didn't get in the game at all. We didn't create chances. There's a few times where Southampton could have scored, but they got down the left with I think it was when Bertrand putting the ball in, and we just couldn't get the ball clear. I'm not too sure what chance it was, but they did have a couple of chances. I think Shea Adams had the chance from across, which he should have buried.
Good young player.
Yeah, that was a big chance, which he should have probably scored. But we just didn't create chances. We thought Robertson's deliveries weren't as good. Trent, he couldn't even beat the first man. But Trent's good ball again. I don't think Southampton, like, they had a lot of chances. I didn't think they had, especially in that first half, they had maybe one clear-cut chance where I think, they could have scored. In the second half, again, didn't have a lot. Only after where Adrian get that ball away, because I predicted the 2-0 win, and I thought that was going to be the case, and we could have scored. Firmino had the chance to score. Was it Firmino? Yeah, Firmino had a chance from Mane.
Yeah.
In the second half, Salah had a chance 1-on-1.
Yeah.
He should have put that.
Oh God!
A lot of chances to score to kill that game earlier. But to be honest, I'm not too worried, because I don't think you're going to go away Southampton and win 4-5-0 or all that stuff. I think that could have easily been a 2-0 game, a comfortable 2-0 win if Adrian doesn't make that mistake. It was just a bit nervy at the end, just like, just like Liverpool have to make it nervy, don't they? So, to be honest, I'm not really too worried. I mean, the 3 points is all that matters. I didn't really expect a performance in that game. All I expected was 3 points, because coming back after that game against Chelsea, there's gonna be a few tired legs out there that we could take, like Salah. Maybe players like Robertson. There's gonna be a few tired legs out there, but I'm just happy that with 3 points, because if we had drawn that game, especially after being 2-0 up, I don't think that would have been proper.
Yeah.
We would have been deflated, especially after winning the Super Cup and going to draw Southampton away, being 2-0 up. So I'm just very happy that we got the win. And now just 6 out of 6, we can't complain about that. Can't complain about that. It's been a good start to the season, a very, very good start to the season. Results.
Yeah, I mean, that should be all of our mottos. As long as we get the win, we get the win. That's why we come here, to kind of decompress and talk about the game. James, I luckily, or strangely, I remember what I wanted to say to you, because my mind is a little out of whack these days. But on that keeper, on Adrian, I think so. Klopp came out post match and said that was talking about his ankle and then taking painkillers, and in his mind thinking that the team went back to him too many times. They threw the ball back to him too many times, and he thought maybe that had something to do with it. Listen, I don't want to start making excuses for anybody who makes mistakes, but what I will say is that what he did today, the few things he did today, wasn't too dissimilar to some moments that Alisson has had. Now, Alisson is Alisson and Adrian is Adrian, so I get it. But do you think we're maybe being too harsh on Adrian? This is me just a genuine question, because I get the sentiment from people who are ready to say he's shit. Let's get Lonergan in or Callahan, the other young keeper, or whatever. Do you think we're being too harsh, and maybe just because that was a serious scare at the end of the game, which it shouldn't have been? Or do you think, no, Adrian is shit and it's a shame what he did?
No, I think we give him another chance. I think, number one, we have no other options, to be honest. I wouldn't go with the kid. And the other lad he's not played since League One football. So I think we've got no other options. I think Alisson did make the mistake too at Leicester, but Alisson had also pulled it off a lot of times prior to coming to Liverpool, and he's a ball playing goalkeeper. I think you know, Adrian, or whatever his name is, he needs to just take it back to basics, just clear it.
Thank you.
You know, very, very, very special keepers are ball playing keepers. De Gea doesn't even try to ball play. It's not his style of play, and we only need you to clear it for the next 3-4 weeks. You know, forget the fancy stuff that you've seen in training or what Klopp's trying to make you do. It's just not worth the risk. You know, so I don't think we should drop him. I just hope it doesn't affect his confidence too much, because he looked Van Dijk, as soon as it went in, Van Dijk bent down and his hands went in his hands. His head went in his hands.
Harris when he did that mistake in the Champions League final.
Yeah, and Adrian obviously saw that probably and thinking, "Fuck, you know, I've just let down. You know, I'm this new boy and I'm this newcomer, and you know, so it's a massive jump from what happened just on Wednesday night. But stick with him. We have to stick with him anyway, to be honest with you, unless it's a shocker against Arsenal. And I'd like to think it doesn't happen again. Just smack it as hard as you can, if you know, and maybe we should start passing back to him as well. Did Van Dijk have to pass back to him? You know, maybe Van Dijk and that won't, because they're losing confidence in him too. You know, with Alisson, he'll chip it over him, or he will, you know, ping it out wide, or you know. So, except for that, he was okay. They pulled off some good saves. The Matip save was very good.
Yeah, listen, I mean, I think that he comes off as a very confident keeper, and that he wouldn't lose confidence or something like that happens. I think Alisson is a supreme keeper in that way. If something does happen, especially if he makes a mistake, he knows he'll jump right back or whatever.
Yeah,
it's no big deal. Yeah. But yeah, you know, it's as frustrating as it was. I feel like, and I said this in Gary's for the review I did for Gary, and then on my channel, it feels like he's trying to do too much of what Alisson is doing.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't need that. Like that, he literally kicked the ball right to the dude.
Yeah.
I mean, there was so much space on each side. So
make no sense.
Maybe he's trying to be too cute. I don't know, Gary. What are your thoughts on the keeper, man? It's pretty much the same question I asked James.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's trying to, because he signed for Liverpool, I think he kind of thinks that I have to sort of play the Liverpool way, playing out from the back, you know, playing all this. Be yourself. Just be yourself. I mean, if there's an obvious pass where there's space, or you know, because Matip was in space, Alexander-Arnold was in space, you know, so there was no need to try and play that ball to Fabinho. You know, it was a silly ball, because the thing is, as I said, he had a good game. You know, he made a few good saves, and the warning sign were there, as Jamz said, because Ward-Prowse closed him down, then that could have gone in the net as well. It's not as if, you know, it was the first time. That was the second time he did it. You know, so that's the thing, that you have to learn from your mistakes when you do it once. But I think he would definitely cut that out against Arsenal. As I said, because Pepe starts, like I said, they're all going to press him now. They're going to know. So Emery's going to get on Adrian, you know, because he's obviously his confidence could be short and all that stuff. But there shouldn't be no need for that. You know, if the ball's there, get it away. You know, get it away. Just be yourself. As I said, do the basics. You know, he's a good shot stopper, as you can see. He makes some good saves. But there's no need to just do all this fancy stuff. There's no need for it. It's not as if he, you know, it was a mistake from him, or the ball went under his. If there's a shot and the ball went under his arms, or he let it through, then I'd be like, you know what, I'm a bit disappointed with that. But because it was just something that he can easily cut out, I'm not really too worried, because next game he can cut out easily. It's not to do with his skills as a goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just to do with, you know, him trying to just adjust his game, which there's no need to. Just be yourself and just get it long next time. Or if there's a space, if the ball's there to play. If not, hit it long.
Yeah, and look, boys, it's time to get down to brass tacks. We dodged the bullet again, which is fine, because at the end of the day, it's about winning. How Southampton don't get a draw in that game, I have no clue. How Danny Ings doesn't hit that sitter, I have no clue. But that's just what happened, and you know, I think we're obviously very fortunate for that. One of you, I believe it might have been Gary, touched on Robertson, and yeah, it wasn't great today. But I just think in general we haven't had much creativity from our fullbacks. Which sounds silly for me to say, because I think did Trent have 2 assists in the Norwich game?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Norwich game, Robertson played quite well in that one. I
Yeah,
think the backs played, they put in some good balls in. But
yeah.
since I didn't think against City, Trent played well. I didn't think against City, I didn't think against Man City, Robertson played well. Didn't think against Chelsea,
Mm.
he didn't play well. Didn't think against Southampton, he didn't play well. I mean, Trent put in a few good balls today, really good balls in. But I didn't think Robertson had a good game, to be quite honest. I think Alexander had a much better game than him.
Yeah.
And as I said, we should have killed this game, earlier.
I,
So many chances, a
I
lot
said
of
it, man. That could have been 4-5-1 for real.
it could have been if we were clinical. I said, as I said, Firmino had that chance. He should be burying that. Salah again.
Yeah.
What frustrated me in that moment was the touch he took. It was so far out to the right, he couldn't set his body out.
Is that Salah?
Yeah, the
Yeah, 1-on-1.
touch he takes that touch too much to the right, then he can't open his body up to put in the far left corner. But as I'm not today. I'm really happy because it was always going to be a tough game, especially with the quick turnaround from the Chelsea game, and now we've got a full week now to recover for the Arsenal one, which I just expect. As I said, I think the Southampton game. I said before the preview did last night. I said the Southampton game will be tougher than the Arsenal game, and I stand by that because I think we're going to beat Arsenal by at least 2 or 3 goals, clear goals, and that could be more. But that's just my opinion.
None of us want to come over and sound like a broken record, but yeah, we have to finish those chances. I mean, you got to put that game away. Liverpool is at a level now where European champions, we're trying to fight for this league. I don't care much about City, but I'm bringing this up as an example. I think in a game like that, City put that team away. And I think you have to have that mentality. You got to close games out. And I'm not going to beat up on Bobby or Salah. Bobby redeemed himself by getting a goal, which was nice. But those chances have to be taken in a game like this not because we have a second string keeper in and those things can happen, because those things shouldn't have happened. But just because it's football and you never know in 90 minutes what can go wrong.
I mean, Ings could have put the chance in and
he should have put the chance away. I don't know how he missed that. I'll never understand that. I'll never understand. And Ings for them, yeah, I mean, Ings for them should have started. And I'm not saying that because of the spark he had, but he's playing against a team that basically, surely the team and Ings have some kind of love. But I'm sure Ings deep down in his heart is thinking, this team kind of gave up on me or let me go. And you can see the moment he came in, that one shot, hell of a shot, slightly too high. Then he scores, then he misses. I mean, Ings was on fire and he was ready to really prove a point, I think. So I'm sure he's thinking like now, probably this minute, thinking, how the hell did I miss that goal? So, and again, Adrian made some good saves that really kept us in the game. And so for me, I just feel like if there is going to be a thing to say about Adrian, we have to remember that, and also remember that our forward guys they weren't as clinical as they needed to be. So both could have cost us the game. I'm glad it didn't, but both things could have cost us the game. So we got to really keep that in perspective. Arsenal are feeling quite confident right now, I'm sure. 2 wins on the bounce. Pretty decent defensively. David Luiz is doing okay. And they still don't even have all their guys up to speed. Pepe looks good when he's come on, but you gotta believe that he'll be starting at some point. Torreira's not even in the team, so not in the starting 11. But so how long? This is for Jamz. How long can we continue to have these situations where we're just like barely getting out of games? How long can we do that?
I think
that sounds harsh because that's not necessarily the case, but you know what I mean. How long can we go without playing our best and still getting by in these games?
I think Arsenal will be the test. I think this was always going to be a difficult game, Southampton, because it's away and it's a tricky ground, and we played them 2 hours ago. But I think the class will be Arsenal, and I think Arsenal are going to come with some revenge. I think we embarrassed them last time they came out. Well, they haven't beaten us since 2015, so some of the longer players will know that. But we embarrassed them, and I think there's a point to prove. Emery wants to improve his records against the Big Six. And to be honest, they're probably sitting there thinking, this is probably the best time to come to Anfield. They've kept the clean sheet. You might have doubts about Salah. You missed a 1-1 against Chelsea, then a 1-1 today. Their keeper's on a joke. No Naby. Ox isn't 100%. I don't know. We're not in the thick of things, and they're probably thinking, if you're going to go to Anfield on a Saturday night, fuck it, let's make it this weekend. So we have to be up for that. But with us, we've come against quality already. To be in the first month of football, we've already played City and Chelsea. So we've come against some quality already. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say really because I still think that we'll open them up. I think it'll be a high scoring game. I want a clean sheet. I'd probably take it 1-0, 2-0, but I think it'll probably be a high scoring game.
Yeah, Gary, hit me.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think we're going to batter Arsenal. I just think it's going to be one of those performances at Anfield where we turn up against the top six team and we're going to absolutely batter them. And it's not really. I'm not looking at it because based on the performances that we didn't really play well against Chelsea, didn't really play well today. But we're just going to beat Arsenal because it doesn't matter what form we're in. We always seem to play well against Arsenal. And let's just get things right. We're not in terrible form. We're not in. I don't think we're in average form as well. I think we're in decent form. I think we're in. We've today was a tough game. Whereas I said that we had the chance to score, and then if Adrian does, I think if Adrian doesn't make that mistake, I think we come away with that. I think 2-0 clean sheet, job done. I think we just look at the game thinking, I think we better performance today, but because of that mistake, there's a few different thoughts, but I don't really see it as that. I just think I honestly think that we didn't keep a clean sheet, but I think our performance was good enough to keep a clean sheet today because I didn't think Southampton created a lot of chances apart from that Shea Adams one, and yeah, with Arsenal. I can't see anything other than a win by at least 2 clear goals. I think we're gonna steamroll them at Anfield. We're gonna create so many chances. Mane against Maitland-Niles, he's just gonna absolutely destroy him. Salah's gonna be up for it. Firmino's gonna be up for it. And I think what you touched on there with the Ox and K thing. I mean, I don't think personally, I don't think they would have started anyway, even if they were fit. I think Klopp still goes for Henderson, Fabinho, and Wijnaldum in this game. I think that's what the midfield will be: Henderson, Fabinho, Wijnaldum, and we're just going to overrun their midfield because our midfield, yes, maybe not the most creative, but they can do the tough work.
Yeah, they cover the ground well. Yeah,
They cover the ground well. They press, and they're going to be all over Gundozi, Willock, or Torreira, whoever plays. They're going to be all over them. So I'm just, as I said, I think I'm more confident than Arsenal at home than I was for Southampton away. Than I was for that game yesterday. So, and it's just I think tomorrow, next Saturday will be 3 points, 110%. I'm not even worried about it. I cannot see for one bit how Arsenal keep us out. And I think just maybe 1 or 2 changes, but not much. I think just a couple of changes in midfield, same attack, same back line, same keeper. Couple of changes in midfield. I think Ox and Milner out, and put Wijnaldum in the 8 this time. Put Fabinho and Henderson in, and that's it for me. I'd keep Joe Matip in the team. I did say I'd take Joe Gomez. I put Gomez in for Arsenal because of the pacing with the Aubameyang, but there's no reason for me to think otherwise. I think Matip's been brilliant, and I'd go again. I would not take him out of the team.
I'm still waiting for him to make a mistake.
You know
what I mean?
Like,
I'm just like, is he ever gonna make a mistake? I don't.
Joe Matip's brilliant, so I'm gonna keep him in, and I think we're gonna make it 9 out of 9 points next week as well. So that's my opinion.
I love your confidence, man. That's really good to hear, and I agree with you to a point about how we may feel about the team so far. I think we've been around 65%, which, as you said, is decent. It's not awful, and no team is fantastic right now. I mean, it's still the early part of the season, and again, during this period, especially with Naby out and the keeper out, it's just best to just get wins, and how we get them. We get him. Speaking about Arsenal a little bit more, Ceballos looked amazing today, I thought. 2 assists. That manager, which his name is, help me out, he's got a little bit of a headache. I don't know what kind of formation he's going to play against us, but they got a lot of attacking verve. With Ceballos playing maybe in that more advanced midfield role, whether it's 8 or 10. Like I said, Pepe's coming on. Aubameyang scoring goals for absolute fun. So we're going to be dealing with a team who's really, really, really attacking it. And while I agree with Gary 100%, I'm not just saying this, I do believe we will smack Arsenal. Now, what that score will look like, or what the smacking will look like, I don't know. But I do think we'll get the best of them. But talk to me just about Jamz, with what happened today with Adrian, and maybe some other defensive moments, knowing what Arsenal looked like. And Arsenal didn't destroy Burnley today. It was 2-1. But
didn't destroy Newcastle as well.
Very true. Very true. But Jamz, just based on what what we know they have and what they did to us in the first match, I think, last season. Their attacking was pretty good. Maitland-Niles and those guys. Are you concerned at all? Just about us struggling with them maybe in the early stages of that game or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not as confident as Jerry with the game because of how many chances we've given the opposition. In especially the last 3 games. I think the Man City game was probably one of our better defensive performances this season. But even then, Sterling had a chance to. We went 1-on-1. I think once or at least twice. So my concern is we are beating teams, and yes, if Andrew doesn't make that mistake, then it's a clean sheet and 2-0. But we are giving away opportunities for teams to score. I think Norwich was the most we'd given a team at Anfield last season, and I read another stat today about something about the most we've been away on the road in the Premier League. So we are being carved open, and I can't put my finger on what it is. I'm not sure. Match of the Day, which is like a highlight program in England, they say, they're playing too high up. They were saying last week, or something's maybe they've been told to attack more, higher fullbacking. So yeah, that for me that is a concern, and I don't exactly know what it is. I'm hoping that it's just we need a week off. We need this week off. But at the moment, it kind of feels like we're getting saved maybe by Mane. From just pure brilliance, and Firmino, to be fair, with his interlinking play. But I'm not so much worried about Arsenal in the sense that they're having a similar start to the season in some ways. They're just about getting through as well. Yeah. Like Jerry said, the first game 1-0 and they only had 3 shots on target. Today, again, it was tight. But having that Salilabas, or that kid from Spain who's got 2 assists, that could cause us a little bit, a bit more difference than in the past, because players of way less caliber are seeming to get through our midfield and into our attack on goal. Makes them wonder, well, what will he do? And all it takes is for them to get an early goal. I think they did that last time. Was it 1-1 at first? They scored first in the Anfield?
They scored first, yeah.
Yeah, so all it takes them to score first, and then again the nerves kick in. We're not happy with the keeper, and so I am a bit nervous, and I'm excited for the game because I think if we do go on and win 3-4-0, then we'll look back at this and laugh. Oh yeah, that was a funny stage of the season. But if we do draw or God forbid lose, then we'll be like, okay, shit, maybe I am a bit worried now.
Yeah, I mean, Gary, I know you feel extremely confident about this game, but it's kind of the same question. Although you think we'll smack them, do you see anything in Arsenal and us right now? Or do you feel like it's Arsenal, Liverpool will step up a bit more? It does feel like sometimes Liverpool has a tendency, and I hate to make an accusation of the club like this, but it does seem like sometimes we kind of play down to our competition, and it's almost like the mentality of we'll win this game as long as we don't have any hiccups. But let's just kind of put the brake on. It's a long season. So yeah, I mean, is your feeling that Liverpool will step it up a bit more in Arsenal, and we'll see a stronger performance, I guess, defensively against a team that is more attacking? And we're playing against Norwich and Southampton, so we know those teams don't have incredible attackers. Teams like Arsenal may make us pay the price for that, as opposed to what Norwich and Southampton were able to do.
Yeah, I mean, against Norwich, first of all, I think against Norwich, I wasn't worried even after they were cutting us open, because I think we kind of sort of underestimated Norwich, maybe in a sense, newly promoted team, and they played some.
Pookie today?
Yeah, hat-trick.
Yeah.
So top goal scorer in the Premier League, but
unbelievable.
I think against Norwich, I wasn't really worried, not one bit. Even though we were getting cut open, we were just going for goals. We were 4-0 up at half time, took our foot off the pedal, and they obviously got a goal. And again today, I was never worried the only time I was worried was after Adrian made that mistake, and obviously Danny had the chance, because we couldn't even keep after Southampton scored that goal, where might as well call it Adrian own goal because of the setup he gave Danny Ings, but we didn't even control the game after that, and that was kind of getting on my nerves a bit, because we never touched the ball until the 90th minute, 91st minute. Southampton had all the ball, and I just wanted us to just get the ball and just calm it down a bit. And they had Southampton in position for around 8 to 9 to 10 minutes. And that's why they created a couple of good chances. But as I said, against Arsenal, we're going to step up. It's Anfield, big team coming. It's a late kickoff, 5:30 kickoff, and we're just going to step it up. I just know we're not going to play like that. we're gonna defend much better. We're gonna know who's we're gonna know that Aubameyang's on the shoulder, or Pepe, whoever it is. It's not really a worry because Aubameyang played against us. Anfield did nothing. This is the thing with
I
us.
think Aubameyang is a worry though.
He's a worry, but he's only a worry if we give the chances to him. Because as I said, against
We have
Southampton,
been doing these last few games. I feel like
exactly.
we're giving chances.
Because against Southampton, I said yesterday, if we drop points, it's going to be because of us, and it nearly was because of us. Shooting ourselves in the foot. And I think the midfield battle is going to be key, because if we overrun in the midfield, we're going to get the ball up very high up the pitch, and Salah, Firmino, and Mane are just going to kill. Don't really see whoever it is, Monreal, Kolasinac, they're not going to make a difference. Right back Maitland-Niles, he's even worse than Bellerin. Socrates, David Luiz. David Luiz was at fault for the first goal again today against Burnley. David Luiz isn't going to come and change that defense from conceded 5 Anfield or 4 of the season before. He's going to come in and close it down and keep a clean sheet or only concede 1. We're going to score loads of goals on Saturday, 100%. 100%. We're gonna score loads of goals on Saturday. We're gonna murder Arsenal. I'm not even worried one bit. And we're gonna make it 12 wins in a row in the Premier League because we made the 11 wins so far, and we know we always step
nice that. Yeah.
We always know we step up at Anfield against a top 6 team, and Arsenal's just the perfect opposition for us to go get another 3 points on Saturday. I don't see one. I'm not worried at all one bit. I'm not worried because I think we're just gonna step up defensive as well. We're gonna be much more focused.
I love it. Jamz, 2 things. Talk to me about Ox's performance today. Did you think it was better than it was when he was playing on the left up top against Chelsea? And then 2, I kind of know what Gary's going to say, so I'm going to save that treat for later. But is Shaqiri being hard done by, not seeing the pitch, not starting in a game against Southampton? Let's be real. So answer both of those for me.
Okay, so first Ox, he had a better performance than out wide. I think he is. I think he's made it clear that his best position is in midfield now as a centre midfielder, kind of attacking midfielder, box 8, whatever you want to call it. And I think every 45 minutes he gets under his belt is better. And we saw it today, which we missed, I think, since he's been gone, is that burst of pace on midfield. We rarely do see it from Wijnaldum at Anfield.
Driving forward a lot. I love that forward.
And we've missed that. Wiji is probably the only one that has it in the locker, and Naby, to be fair. And Naby. But Wiji is so inconsistent. He's like,
okay, I'm glad you said that because he frustrates the hell out of me sometimes.
Yeah, Wiji will pull it out every 5-6 games at Anfield, and that will be it. And then you won't see it again, i.e. like Barcelona. But yeah, anyway, so Ox, that's what we've missed. He kind of gets the ball and he just drills it forward. He also is willing to take a shot from far, which I don't think any other midfielders do. Just take a shot from 35 yards out, fuck it, see what happens. Ox was willing to do that, although it rebounded. And I noticed Ox likes this outside boot passing.
I love it. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I think he did 3 or 4 outside boot passing, so that's cool. His confidence is up. He offers something very different than the normal engines that we have. So yeah, that's what I think of Ox, and I'm happy to see him playing. Long season ahead. He was out for a long time, so that's good. As for Shaqiri, I do think he's been a bit hard done by. And I can't put my finger on it why, to be honest, especially today. And it reminds me maybe of the Sacco situation or whatever, but, it's like he had a real good first start of the season. Even his debut in the preseason, overhead kick against United, it started from there. And then till about December, till that double against Man United, I think he had 5 goals and 4 assists, whatever, which isn't bad for the amount of minutes he was playing. And then he randomly just got dropped and then kind of just became a forgotten man. We even saw Adam Lallana starting to come in out of nowhere and playing. And then obviously the rise of Divock Origi, which is fine. So yeah, the reason I feel a bit sorry for him, not sorry for him, I don't feel sorry for him, but I'm a bit surprised is we played 180 minutes 72 hours ago and then pens. And we didn't even bring him on, which is fair enough, cool, you got other players to bring on. And then today, we didn't even bring him on either, which is a bit surprising, really. And I get some of it. I think Divock Origi has shown that he's able to play out wide, and he's been quite good when he's kind of switched around out wide. We look in the first game against Norwich, the step overs he cuts in, and then you look at when he got the goal, which was like giving us an own goal and stuff like that. So I kind of get it. And at a level like this, you've got to fight for your place. The only thing I can think of is maybe he's doing something not so right in training, because that's the only thing I can think of, because he wasn't poor. I don't think he was poor coming off the bench. And I read somewhere he had more goals than all the rest of the midfielders put together. So yeah, a bit surprised really, because he offers something different too. He's a dead ball specialist. He likes to have a pop from out wide. He's physically strong. And I thought he had a good tournament with Switzerland as well. He made Team of the Year for the Super Nation. So yeah, a bit surprised really. He's played barely any football.
Yeah, before I get to Gary, I think it doesn't do him any favors that he's been chatting.
That won't help.
Which listen, he's human. I get it, but you got the feeling that you see this little body of Shaqiri and this smile. He's always happy, and a lot of these times he's not playing. He's cheering the team on, but I'm sure he wants to play. And listen, Klopp isn't Mauricio Pochettino. When I say that, I mean I think Pochettino continues to disrespect Lucas, who single-handedly got his team to the first ever Champions League final. And you see what happens when he came in the game against City. Origi's in the pecking order, higher in the pecking order. Gary says this all the time, and I think it's true. What Origi did last season, there's no way that Shaqiri's going to be before him. Mm-hmm. But I agree. I think, again, not to feel sorry for Shaqiri, but I feel like Shaqiri can definitely be an X factor for us and needs to be getting some game time. I'm sorry. He needs to be getting some game time. Now, that game, it was 2-0, and we should have rolled that out. And maybe Klopp's thinking, look, is it really a point to bring Shaqiri on right now? I get it. You're thinking about moments where you can bring him in. But again, him chatting in the paper or whatever it was, it doesn't do him any good. I don't think Klopp really likes that. But Gary, same questions, man. What did you think about Ox? How important can he be as that driver from the midfield moving forward? And Shaqiri, same thing for you.
Yeah, I mean, Chamberlain was one of the most, especially in that first season when he first came, and before he got injured, he was one of those midfielders that we were missing, where he could take the ball from deep, drive with it, 20, 30 yards, and have a pop back goal. And he was gaining that confidence, and it was such a shame for him to get injured. He's come back, didn't have a good game against Chelsea out wide, which was expected to play him out on the left wing. Really got into that anyway. But and today was the first half. I don't think the team played well, so I didn't really expect Chamberlain to be the shine light to put us through. So I don't think the team really played well overall in the first half. Second half, much better. Driving into space, playing it out wide, moving the ball quickly. And as I said, he's probably him and Keita, because I don't think Wijnaldum's really direct. I think he takes too many touches on the ball sometimes. But what I like about Wijnaldum is, again, quite a few times he shields the ball really well. He's great at protecting the ball in difficult situations and doesn't really use it too often. When it went 2-1, they were really pressing him. I don't know if you can remember, they made a few tackles on Wijnaldum because he ponders on the ball too much sometimes, takes too many touches. One touch, get out of your feet quickly. And they were realizing that, and they were putting some pressure on him. But as I said, Ox is going to be great for him. Just to build up some more fitness today was good for him. Good 90 minutes for him to get some more fitness, and you'll get that as well with many more starts. Because we're going to have so many games: Champions League games, Premier League games, League Cup games. He's going to get a lot more starts, and he's going to be back to the Ox that we obviously know. And now on to Shaqiri. I mean, listen, I think Shaqiri needs to just relax a bit, because I think he's getting. Listen, I think Shaqiri is a really good player. I think when he broke into that team, his performances were so good that Klopp changed formation because of him, and we changed the 4-2-3-1 because of how good he was playing. Then we started having a few dodgy results in sort of January time. We drew to Leicester, drew to West Ham, and then we changed back to the 4-3-3. Shaqiri's never going to fit in a 4-3-3. Salah, Firmino, Mane are going to play every game when they're fit. Shaqiri hasn't got a place in the team when it's a 4-3-3 formation.
Ouch.
And that's unless Salah's injured, like we saw in the Barcelona game. So he's not going to play in the midfield. He's not going to play out wide because Salah's playing. So, and the thing is, Origi's ahead. I was looking at stats because I like to follow up on the stats. Shaqiri had 24 league appearances last year. He scored 6 goals. Origi had 12 league appearances, only 12, and he's probably at 2 or 3 starts and scored 3 league goals, right? And one's complaining, and one's actually getting on with it, signed a new contract and said he's happy to be at the club. And when he comes on all the time, when Origi comes on all the time, he presses, he shows more drive, more speed, more desire. I don't think Shaqiri presses enough. I don't think he works hard enough. And that's one thing with Klopp. He doesn't work hard enough down that right hand side. nowhere near as much as some of the other players do. That's why Sturridge is gone. He doesn't work hard enough. I think that's why Shaqiri will be gone this summer. He will be gone this summer. I'm pretty sure Shaqiri will be gone this summer. And there's nothing against him. I'd love to keep Shaqiri, as an option, but he's gonna want to go. He will want to go.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's gonna be 28 years old, and he's not gonna do anything sitting on the bench at Liverpool. But the thing is, as well, with Shaqiri, what did he honestly expect when he came into Liverpool? He didn't expect to break in the team and play, 30 plus games. He's played 24 games. That is a lot of games for Shaqiri to play as a Premier player for Liverpool.
I think
That's what he's gonna get.
It's the drop off in games after January where it changes.
Yeah, I mean,
one thing I read today is Sterling's played 300 less minutes than Salah and Mane, and there's no that could catch up with us. African Cup of Nations and Copa America, and I get it. We seem to think Shaqiri can't play in that system or whatever. But sometimes Klopp keeps these players on for no reason. We're 3-4-0 up. He doesn't give them a chance. There was times when we're beating teams up, and I remember when we beat Porto 5-0, and he didn't even give Solanke a chance. Like, it made no sense. He went again with Salaman and Firmino. We're riding this amazing look that I would say personally in the last 18 months we probably had an injury to Trent that really suffered us, and then maybe Gomez. So I just don't see why he doesn't rotate a little bit more. And when he got rid of Harry Wilson, I'm a fan of. He scored today. He scored today 35 yards out.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, when we got rid of him, okay, cool. We're definitely going to be giving Shaqiri a bit more time. It is the beginning of the season. It's very early on. I think when the Champions League comes in and we're in the FIFA World Cup and FA Cup, League Cup, he will get minutes. And it's up to him to fight for his place. This is Liverpool, and you look at Riyad Mahrez as a prime example of someone where that Sane, Sterling, and Aguero was formidable, and then Mahrez has broken in and he's forcing his way in, and maybe different class, but obviously 30 million and 70 million is a big price difference too. So
also, what I was going to say, Mourinho had a go at Klopp last year around April time about not playing enough minutes, but Mourinho played 2 league games. You know what I mean? So there's a difference between playing 2 league games and playing 24 league games, right? Yeah. So the thing with Shaqiri is, he's going to get a lot more game time. If Shaqiri is not going to get in the team and he's going to be sitting on the bench for 10 league games in a row, I mean, Tyree Wilson's not even going to get him in the League Cup if that's the way it's going. So as I said, there wasn't going to be any point in keeping Harry Wilson if Shaqiri can't even get any games.
Definitely.
And it's just I don't know. I think Shaqiri just needs to just wait for his chance again and take it, because when he broke into the team around September time, November time, he was putting in some really good performances. He was sort of that creative spark that we was missing. But then he'd obviously be out of the team in a big top 6 away game. But he was playing against Arsenal at home. He came on the bench. He started that game against Arsenal at home. Came on the bench.
Offer something just quickly. Today when Salah had a free kick, not for 1 second did I think it would go in.
Hell no.
To be honest, I don't ever look at
and that's a wasted opportunity. That makes no sense to me. That should have been Trent all day.
We scored 1 free kick, a direct free kick last season, which is at the 3rd lowest in the league, and we scored something like the 4th least goals from outside the box. I only know all this because I was reading an article on my man Harry Wilson, but because he was showing all the stats about he scored the most free kicks. And anyway, so that's another thing Shaqiri does offer. And I remember last season he took a free kick and he hit the crossbar, and then Salah nodded it into an open net. And I remember thinking, Shaqiri's a bad boy set piece taker. So he does offer something,
Okay, I see where you're going.
Something we have to take that into account, but Klopp does know best. And I tell you what, Naby coming back is just going to get more difficult.
I can't. Yeah.
If he can't get in the team now, where we've played 100 and God knows minutes, and we've got no Naby and Ox isn't 100% fit, then I don't really think he'll probably. I don't know if he'll get back into the team, but like I said, he needs to earn it, and that's part of being at a top club. Do you know what I mean? That's So.
And also, let's be real. I mean, as we've all said at one point, or mainly Gary has said, he hasn't necessarily taken his chances like
Origi.
Like Origi anyway. So that's the other thing. It'd be different if he was killing it like that and thinking, "Yo, Klopp, what's good?" Like,
In the
you,
Barcelona
you,
game.
you don't see what I'm doing out here? Yeah. So relax. You know what I'm saying? And when you get your chance, please make the best of it, because if you don't and you chatting, Klopp's not having that. So let's talk about the hand of VAR. And I want to bring this up because not necessarily to have a go at City, but slightly, because let's be real, it's early in the season. It's just a draw. Nothing's done yet. So there's not much to be said on that. But are any of y'all worried about VAR affecting? Because I mean, I think every team's gonna have to feel VAR, the wrath of VAR at some point this season. I don't remember ever talking about this specifically with you guys together. Anyway, Jamz, were you for VAR or were you against it? Did you think it was gonna just mess up the essence of the game, or what?
I was 50-50 on it. I felt like with the amount of money that's now pumped into football, we can't be making some of these stupid mistakes, some of the no-brainer mistakes. And, I was thinking VAR will probably get rid of them. Just like goal line technology got rid of some of the stupid mistakes that happened prior to 2016. So I was kind of like, yeah, if it's quick, if it happens straight away, if it happens once every 3-4 games, cool, we can have VAR. But seeing it in the Premier League this first 2 weekends, it's an absolute mess at the moment. And as Liverpool fans, to be honest, we aren't opinionated on it because VAR hasn't really worked against us or for us yet. When I'm arguing with
Knock on wood.
when I'm arguing with Man United fans, they love VAR because they'll never forget what it did to Rashford for PSG, and Man City obviously hate VAR. And whereas for us, it's like, to be honest, when I think back, VAR hasn't really made a massive decision in the Champions League last season or in the league so far. So my thing with VAR at the moment is it takes too damn long. It's slowing down the whole pace of the game, and it's ruining celebrations, and it's happening too much. It's happening 3-4 times, and it's just like fucking hell. Like, it needs to be quicker, and maybe less strict. I don't know. Was it the Sterling one where it was his shoulder or something like that was offside, and it's like,
yeah. Plus the rules are slightly different with the ball to hand or whatever thing. So
yeah, apparently now there's no such thing as ball to hand. If the ball touches your hand and it leads to a goal, it's a handball.
But let's be real. That's not going to be consistent. We're going to see so many situations. It's just not going to be consistent. But let's also remember that I didn't mean to cut you off. But let's also remember that it's going to be some teething process, right? It's the first time in the Premier League, so I think we all probably just need to be a bit patient about it. I'll ask you guys about the actual incident in the Spurs City game. But Gary, you were you VAR? Were you pro VAR or were you against it? And yeah, just what do you think about that so far?
I've always been pro VAR because I think it just cuts out the clear and obvious errors in offsides, handballs, all this stuff, fouls, tackles, dives as well. It cuts out all of that, and I don't understand why there's a. I mean, because when I watched when I'm watching the game, obviously you get the pundits after talking about it. I don't understand why there's still a debate over VAR, because if Laporte, right, that was a handball. It was a handball. Doesn't matter if it's ball to hand or whatever. It's a handball, and it's if it's okay. He didn't head it, hit his hand, right, and that's cheating. You can't.
And if it didn't happen, they wouldn't have scored the goal. The way it bounced right to Jesus like that.
Exactly. So
you got to call it.
There shouldn't be any debate. I mean, yeah, you can say it's ruining celebrations, but I don't think that's really excuse. It's not ruining celebrations. That's not really a valid point to make, because if it's offside, it's offside. We're not going to say, oh yeah, we celebrate, so we'll just give it to you anyway. It's not like that. So if it's a shoulder offside, it's a shoulder offside. I think that's the rule. If it's offside, it's offside.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe it's taken a bit too long and a few dodgy decisions that haven't been taken. But I'm fine with VR. It keeps it clear. There's no, after the game where we you saw how many times I think it was a Tottenham game a couple of years ago where Lamela dives to get that penalty. And we were saying, what is the referee doing, right? But if there's VR on that, the penalty gets overruled and it's not. And we win the game 2-1 and we're buzzing. So.
I get you.
If it's against us, I don't think I'll be angry. If I was a City fan today, I don't understand why they're angry, because it's the correct decision.
Well, they're angry because sorry to cut you off, but apparently there was, and I don't really remember these, but apparently there was some shouts for penalties for them. So
this is one of the one things I don't like VR, because they say the referee has the final decision on things like that. But sometimes they don't like to overrule the referee apparently. But the referee had a clear view of it, and it was a clear penalty. It was all over him, right? It was all over him. He dropped to the floor. Sometimes you have to overrule the referee. You have to overrule because you have replays of it in different angles. You can see it. So yeah, maybe that was there's things that need to be worked on, but for me, I'm for VR definitely. I think it's gonna improve the game, and it's gonna cut out celebrations and all that stuff. Because I mean, when Firmino scored and when Mane scored today, I was just thinking, what? I'm not gonna celebrate. I'm just gonna wait for official confirmation because I don't want to celebrate, get ahead of myself because VR could kick in for something I didn't even know. Because when Jesus scored that goal, I was proper annoyed because I thought Spurs were going to see that out. I was thinking, is VR going to come out to light here? Because I didn't really see anything, and just came out of nowhere that the goal disallowed. But no, I'm definitely for VR. I think it's going to really help the game, make it much better and clear. We're not gonna have debates about referee. How did linesmen not see this? Because we have a go at linesmen, we have a go at referees, but they're human sometimes, and it's a split second. It's a split second. Sometimes you can get things wrong, and they do need help. They do need help definitely, and you can't have the best league in the world with referees making scandalous decisions and costing you points. Let's keep it fair, and let's keep offside rules fair. Let's keep handballs fair and all that stuff. And I'm for it, whether it's against us sometimes or for us sometimes, because it's going to be against us sometimes. It's going to be for us sometimes, but it's the correct decision, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, you can understand that some of the City fans being sour about the calls that they perhaps didn't get, and then seeing that the tug in the box. Listen, I mean, that's always so iffy for me because almost every set piece there's that's going on, and there's the whole thing that the commentators say, at least here, of if those kind of things happen anywhere else on the pitch, it'd be a foul. So the refs have maybe even a harder job this season. With everything that goes into it. But I think we're all in agreement that was the correct call. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay. Moving forward, obviously just had Southampton. Nice break. Do you all think? Have you heard has anyone heard anything about Naby as far as the timetable of him coming back? No. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little worried about that because I feel like there would have been some kind of update.
He's going to be out. I think he's definitely out for the next 2 games. Don't know about that. He's probably next 2 games going to play for Guinea again. And it's just
it's fucked up, man. That should have never happened. Should have never happened, man.
He needs a break. He needs to just slow it down. He should never have gone to Africa Cup of Nations. I tweeted out. I said before you started. I said he's going to aggravate his injury, and I was in an argument with the Liverpool fan. He was like, "No, let him play." I was like, "I can understand this Africa Cup of Nations and all this stuff, but if someone's injured and they're they can aggravate their injury, don't play him. He shouldn't take that decision himself to say I can't play."
There's no way the clubs can say, "Look, we pay this guy's wages. He absolutely is not fit to play." I mean,
I think it's down to the player. If the player says, "I don't,"
right, okay.
Like Joe Matip, Joe Matip's retired from international football now, isn't he? So he doesn't play anymore. I think if the player says, "I don't want to play," he's not going to go and play, isn't he? So, but I don't really know. I think he's definitely up for the next Arsenal and Burnley game. Maybe come back after the international break. Nice couple of weeks off. And then maybe come back to the Newcastle game. But he needs to, he's not going to be up for full fitness again when he comes back. He needs minutes on the pitch. He hasn't had any minutes, and it's just it's another setback to his season, another month out basically because it's just proper frustrating, But because I've got so much hope for him when he signed. Hope for him, and it hasn't really worked out. And if he doesn't have a good season, if he has an inconsistent season full of injuries. It's going to be, it's not going to be great for him. 1 season's fine. 2 seasons, it gets, serious then, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating, man, because you got to believe that this is going to be the season that, as everybody's been saying, Naby's season, and it very well could still be. But this is pretty much like a mirror of last season. The stop-start, and he'll be back at some point. But like you said, he's got to get his fitness back, and how long is that going to take? So. I get, and Gary's brought it up a lot as time goes by and we continue to talk that, these are the reasons why you would have wanted us to go for someone in the window. So that's a little worrying for me that there's no update whatsoever besides that he wasn't playing today. There was no further information to be given. So a little worried about that only because, and again, it's still early. I think the fullbacks will get their creativity
I think it's a
back on
muscle.
track again.
I don't think there's the time frame because maybe it's a muscle injury and they're really involved.
Mm. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
And that's, I don't think they have the time frame yet. So we don't really know yet.
Yeah, I think the fullbacks will get back to their best or close to it, enough to it.
Definitely against Arsenal.
It'll probably be that game, and we'll think, oh, okay, so they're still okay. They just had a little rough patch.
I'm
So,
worried.
huh?
I'm starting to get a little bit worried with Naby.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's like what Jerry said. I've just Googled it just then, and Klopp's refusing to speak on it because it's a muscle injury. So
Muscle injuries can take long because, as I said, muscle injuries can be reoccurring and they can break
yeah,
your
yeah,
third of those. Lallana since 2016-17, he hasn't scored a goal in 2 years. They've broken him as a player, thigh injuries, muscle, hamstring, all this stuff, and I think muscle injuries are the worst because they can just keep on happening, and it's just, as I said, disappointing to see, really disappointing to see. But there's nothing we can do about it, really, can we? We just have to keep on winning and winning and winning until those two, Alisson and Kane come back. That's why right now I'm not really worried about performances and all this stuff. I just want to. At the start of the season, I don't think you're never going to be in that, blistering start performance-wise. Yeah, we won.
yeah.
Yeah, we won six. We were maximum points in the first 6 games. We had 18 points. And I think and we weren't playing. We weren't particularly playing well. We were just grinding games out. You look at Palace away 2-0, Leicester away 2-1. Same sort of similar performances. So I just think that we're going to improve as we get more and more game time. Players come back to their fitness. Chamberlain and all these players. As the week, I think this week is going to be really going to help us. We're going to come out refreshed, and everyone's going to be fit and fresh, ready for Arsenal. And it's going to be great. Our second game at Anfield, and everyone's going to be up for it, which is going to be good.
When's our first match against City?
November, I think the 9th of November.
Oh, okay. And who was on the bench today? I just need a refresher. If anybody knows.
Gerri,
I'm sorry. I didn't hear the first name.
Lallana, Henderson, Fabinho, and Gomez.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I feel like Lallana will probably see the pitch before Shaqiri does, and not to keep talking about Shaqiri, but I'm trying to think of. I think we can expect to see probably much more switching up in the midfield this season. I think we'll see a lot of that in and out. Genie in for Fab, Hendo from whatever. We'll see a lot of that, especially.
So I don't think we're going to have a tough group. I think we're going to have games to just hopefully. I think we're in pot one. We could obviously draw Real Madrid, but if we don't, I think we have a few nice teams. We could have a few nice teams in pot three, pot four, pot two, where we can sort of maybe just freshen things up a bit more and give other players a chance. I'd like to see Origi get a lot more chances this season. I'd like to see us just freshen things up more. And I think there's gonna be games where we can afford to give Origi a game, sort of like a Newcastle at home, just to keep Mane fresh. Keep Mane fresh for other games. But I think last year we were playing Salah for minimum. We were relying on a bit too much, especially in the third, because Origi didn't come into the fold until December. He was out. His first appearance in the league was against Everton. So and we
Was it?
Yeah, his first appearance was against Everton.
Okay.
His first appearance of the season was against Red Star Belgrade in November. So we got Origi now fresh as well for the start, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of him as well this season. Much more than Shaqiri, a lot more as well. From Shaqiri, much more than Brewster. So I think that we've got a few options that we can sort of chop and change sometimes. But especially midfield, we've got a lot of options. So when K comes back again, that's 7 midfielders again. But hopefully, just fingers crossed, we can stay injury free. And I think we'll have another brilliant season. I'm not really worried at the minute. I was just delighted with the performance today. Going away to Southampton, just coming back after 72 hours, less than 72 hours, and winning 2-1 like that was just, I was delighted because, first away game of the season in the Premier League, going to be tough. Injuries, all that stuff, tiredness, tired legs out there. Didn't care about the performance one bit, just wanted 3 points and we got that. So 6 out of 6, can't complain in a minute. We're going to keep on getting better. As I said, Arsenal, Burnley, we're going to keep on getting better. We can get 12 points in before the international break. It's going to give us a lot of confidence. going into the Champions League games, the Cup games, Premier League games again. So got a few nice fixtures ahead of our in the Premier League to just pick up a few more points, even with Alisson not here, even Keita not here, and a few tired legs out there. So we're definitely going to get much better.
Yeah, and one bit there, I for one, I'm not concerned with. Yeah, we might get Real Madrid, but I'm not concerned with that team at all this season.
No.
There's nothing about them that worry me at all. I know they got some. I guess they still have a few more world class players. A lot of them are getting old now, but I'm not concerned with Real Madrid. But and remind me, I know you told me last time, Gary. When is that? When is the draw for that? Is that November
Yeah.
too? No, that's not.
29th. So I think Burnley's on the 31st on Saturday. It's normally on the Thursday. So 29th is along with the Carabao Cup draw. So 29th of December, August.
Oh, this month.
Yeah. 29th of August.
Okay. Oh, good. Yeah. Jamz, any final thoughts, man? Just about the team or about a particular player. I want to ask you guys this, and this is just me, I guess, devil's advocate. Obviously, there's no reason to be too worried, I guess. Is anyone concerned that Salah could hit kind of a block here? Because Salah, for me, I mean, he had some moments, back heels, and maybe we just didn't finish, but he also had moments where it's almost like if it's not working for him, he'll just pass it to the opposite team. It's really frustrating. But is anybody worried with just his output this season? And if again, I know it's too early to say this, but if there would be a situation where Mane and or Firmino have to lead us, is anybody concerned with that based off this performance?
I'm not worried. At the moment, I'm not worried.
Okay.
I think Salah himself has raised the bar so high.
True.
I think I read the other day he's got like 107 goal attribution, 103 or 4 games.
Actually, crazy with these.
Yeah, so it's so ridiculously high that we often do. We're gonna worry a bit, but nah, I don't think so. I think this could be Mane's season. Mane, I think Mane is probably technically an all-around better footballer than Salah.
Well, I think Mane
lacked
last year.
One thing Mane used to lack is he needs a lot of chances. You look 2 years ago when he only scored 10 Premier League goals, and then obviously got 10 in Europe. He used to miss a lot of chances. With Mane's really brushed that up. And another thing I thought about Mane today, which I thought Mane could add to his game, is assists. He only got 1 assist last season, which I thought was quite poor. He's already got 1 assist this season. So yeah, this could be Mane's season. But I think Salah's raised the bar so high, he's a victim of his own success in some ways. Last season when Aguero went 5 games without scoring, or Kane went 5 games without scoring, no one's tweeting about it. Salah goes 3-4 games without scoring, and it's trending. So that's just the levels that Salah had reached. But I think he's an elite finisher. I don't think you can flukily score 60-something odd goals in 2 seasons. You know what I mean? You can't do that flukily. So I think he is someone though who is a very confident player. I think he's not a big egoistic type of Cristiano Ronaldo, I'm the king. I think he needs the arm around the shoulder type of thing. And that's why I think he maybe didn't succeed at the beginning at Chelsea. So sometimes when he does miss a shot on goal or miss 1 or 2 games, he's someone that could probably accumulate a run of games without scoring a goal. But I think it's way too early to worry about him. And I think it's just good that we're sharing the goals now, because we relied on him quite heavily 2 years ago. And then last year it was fine. Mane took over. Then when Mane had a dry patch, Salah took over. And I think that's how some of the best front threes in world football in the past have run. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's all right for now.
You share that similar sentiment, Gary?
Yeah, I mean, like I touched on that point Jam said. There's going to be moments where one player, I think Mane had I remember a couple of seasons ago that Mane had a really difficult patch. Even last year as well, the first half of the season, he only scored 8 Premier League goals, then he stepped up and scored 14. So sometimes we're going to, the front three are going to carry them. So carry 2, maybe 2 are going to carry. So say Salah, Firmino, they're going to carry Mane, or Salah, Mane, they're going to have. It happens sometimes. They're not in their game. And Mane had that in 17-18 after Coutinho left, where he was getting benched by Coutinho, and then after that he was playing, and it was Salah, Firmino putting on the show. But I think Salah's had a decent solid season. Had a very good game against City. Again, I don't think his finishing was really good, but had a good game against City. Got some good chances. Norwich scored a goal. I thought he had a good game there. Chelsea, didn't really think he was that effective.
Obviously, he had that chance. Do you remember?
I mean, it's the thing though. he should have taken that on his right foot, but his
Yeah.
right obviously is strong. And he tries to take it on his left foot, which that's never going to go in. Southampton again, he should have scored today, but I think he's gonna. I think it's only the start. I think he's had a decent start of the season. Going to get a lot more goals. I think he's definitely going to score one on Saturday. You know, I think probably all our front three are going to score on Saturday. I'm definitely going for them to score on Saturday.
Should have been today, but
should have been definitely should have been today. But I think Mane and Firmino have definitely been the sort of standout performance. I think it's probably Mane first or Firmino first, and I think Salah's probably last at the minute. But that's harsh to say because Salah's been really good. You know, he has been good.
I think he's gonna be fine.
I think it's fine to have these. So I think you know, I look back to Suarez, Messi, Neymar, or Rooney, Ronaldo, Tevez, or formidable front threes in the past, and it's a good headache to have. I like going on Twitter and see Man United and Arsenal fans argue who's better, Salah or Mane, and I sit there like, I don't give a shit who's better because they're all elite players. It's a good headache to happen, and for Liverpool over the years, we've always been such an individual team. You know, we were Suarez FC, then we were Torres FC, then we were Gerrard FC, and Owen FC, and we could go back and back where we really had 4 or 5 world-class players, probably talking the John Barnes era. So, I think it's a good headache. It's good that we can say, I think Salah, but then again, Mane maybe. And for years, Man United had that for years. Some man said Giggs was the best, but then he thought Scholes, he thought Beckham, he thought Rooney, he thought Ronaldo. It's a good headache. So I think it's healthy competition as well for the team. So yeah, man, I think throughout the season, I think they'll balance themselves out even. The only thing I do wonder is, does Mane ever think I could take a pen?
I mean, he missed a lot against Senegal, didn't he, in the African Cup of Nations?
I'm not too confident with any of them taking pens, to be honest.
Salah's penalties. I mean, I think Salah scored literally every single penalty. I think the last penalty he missed, I think, was 2017. He's taken over. I mean,
that's true, but he
has no technique.
Yeah, for some reason I don't care if he's made all his penalties. Something about him taking penalties, it doesn't give me confidence. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. It's weird, man. But you're right. The stats are there.
Yeah, he scored all of them. But I'm not confident in all that. But I think he's taking them more. He's probably practicing them in training as well. Taking them in training. Passes at Milner's always number one. But I think Salah's in that role. Firmino used to take them really well as well. Firmino used to take them.
Yeah. Firmino's. My thing with Salah is he just blasts them. I just think he just blasts them and wishes for the best.
Especially in the Champions League final.
Yeah, he just smacked him, and that was a shocking penalty, but luckily he went in.
Lloris puts his hand down because of the power.
Yeah. He just smacked him, and it's fine. It's fine. Like what Aaron said, we don't really have a...
Against the penalty against City was quite good. In the top corner, couldn't say that.
Yeah. I think Fabinho is a sick penalty taker. You look at the confidence he had. Fabinho is well impressive penalty. And look at the class of Jorginho. He chipped it twice.
He does that little where he jumps up and just...
Has Milner ever missed a penalty for us? I can't remember him.
Yeah, he has.
Maribor and Southampton at home, 2016-17, and one against Maribor in 2017-18.
So he's missed 2 penalties. I thought we just
the one. Okay.
Yeah, he missed one where it was where we were challenging for top 4, and then Fraser Forster saves it. He sort of gets in his face, and I don't know if you remember, the game finished 0-0.
I remember
Milner.
Which game?
And he missed one against Maribor, where we won 3-0. Low profile game. Yeah, he missed one against Maribor, but as I'm happy. I'm very happy right now because City dropped points as well. It's nothing too major, but as I said, every deal helps. 2 points could, as I said, we lost the title. We lost the title by a point, so that VR decision could win us the title.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I think Liverpool.
A few points ahead. I'm happy at the minute. Just keep on going. See have a few nice fixtures, but you never know when their next defeat could come. When you never know where we could drop points or where City could drop points. So let's just keep it going with 2 points clear right now, and let's just keep it that way, hopefully, and hopefully just build on that gap and just pull away from City as much as we can, and that's going to be the key. It's going to just be every game's a must-win game for us. Every single game, we can't drop points, in any games. And the bar is so high right now that we can't drop points. So As I just take it one game at a time, focus on one game. Don't look ahead. Look at Arsenal. We can beat Arsenal. Let's do it. We can beat Burnley. Let's do it. Newcastle. Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea again. If we go into that Chelsea game and we won with 15 out of 15, I want to go in that Chelsea game and make a massive statement and go win at Stamford. Go win at Stamford Bridge. Go play on the front foot and just and beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. And I think we need to be winning maybe a couple more games in the top 6 away from home. Going to away and United, I want to see a better performance away at Old Trafford from the front three, especially Salah, Mane. For me, I want to see a much better performance from them away at Old Trafford. Play with a bit more, just play our own game. Forget about United, what they pose up. Play our own game, play on the front foot, and we can definitely hurt teams. Doesn't matter away at home. Doesn't matter. And I think the City game is going to be massive for us as well. We have to take at least 4 points against City. We have to definitely beat City at home and hopefully just get a point away if we can, because I think the City games that's the way we have a control to make for City to drop points. So let's use it, and let's go and beat Manchester City as well, But as I said, I'm very happy at the minute. I'm in a much better mood than I was before I was happy after the Super Cup final, but I'm more delighted with the Southampton win because it's a different type of game, and we got through it again. It's just same thing as last season. We're not playing well at points away from home, but we're getting the win. Like Burnley away, Leicester away, Palace away. These weren't great performances at the start of the season, last season as well, but we got through it, and then we started building our performances, got better and better. So if we just get 3 points at the minute, I'm totally happy right now, and I just think Arsenal are going to step up. We're really going to step up next week, and I just can't wait for the game.
Yeah, I mean, we're just after the hour mark now. It's probably a good place to stop. But I just wanted to pass it on to James if you had anything, closing remarks, anything you want to add.
Nah, not really. I just can't wait for the Arsenal game, like Jerry said.
Yeah, it's big. What time is that one?
Half 5 and late kickoff.
Oh, it's a late game. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think at the moment the Premier, like what Jerry said, really, it doesn't at the moment. Nothing really means anything. You just got to keep getting your points.
Yeah.
There could easily be a surprise team, or anything can happen. So I think, like what Jerry said, we need to keep doing our thing. Hope for no injuries. Hope Naby comes back fit, and everything will play out. I'm excited to see the Champions League group as well because I want Madrid, so that'll be exciting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. Yeah, man, this is great. I'm glad we were able to get to an hour and get together. Let's try if time works for all of us to get on Friday before the game, if that's possible.
Yeah.
Let's try to do that and get back and talk about that. But hopefully during this week there's no crazy injuries or setbacks. Hopefully there's only positivity. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's the key. I mean, just no injuries. That's the only thing that can break us right now. Just injuries. Let's just hope that we can stay injury free and have no concerns this season at all. Injury free and we should be fine. Let's just injury free and we should be fine this season. As I said, so excited for the Arsenal game. Big first big game of the season in the Premier League, top 6. Arsenal coming to Anfield. So very, very excited to make it 9 out of 9 points definitely on Saturday, 100%, and make it 12 wins in a row, which is in the Premier League. So we've had 9 last season. And that will better our start. I think that's our biggest run in a row if we beat Arsenal. So biggest run in the Premier League. Wins in a row for us. 12 wins in a row.
How many games are we unbeaten at Anfield now? Does anybody know that?
39.
Is it 39 now?
Wow.
At home in the Premier League. Since the Palace was our last defeat, Benteke scored 2 goals.
Oh shit! Yeah. All right, boys. Well, thanks again, man, and hopefully I'll see you guys on Friday, man. Good chat.
Yeah, see you, lads.
Yeah, man.